Torite Goho. What are your expectations? It's mostly me and you.
I think it's going to be really entertaining. And I think it's going to be very informative.
Wow. Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, anything's possible, I suppose. Okay. All right. We are here.
That's volume off, right?
Volume off. Volume is not off. I think I turned it. Something new. Us in the corner. And Joe.
Hey there.
So what are your thoughts whenever we're going into these? I'm like, okay, Joe, grab my lapel.
It's like, all right, let's get started. You know, we kind of set up a pace from there. It's kind of like something to work on.
No, for sure. Like you said, like getting that pace established, I feel like that's sometimes the most difficult part.
I always feel a little bit cheated because you're like, come on, grab my lapel, and my hand gets to be on your lapel for a breath of a second.
Right.
You just immediately flow into a something.
Yeah, well, that's even if you get to grab it.
Yeah.
Right? That's one of the like pace setting things. I think we had a decent pace. I mean, this was off the rip, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we always have a decent pace. I mean, it definitely goes up and down in cycles with some of the techniques, and if we're feeling it in the moment, we may come up with something else or a counter.
Sure. Yeah. What direction you take the ukemi, right? I mean, you say counter, but I know what you mean. I mean,
Right.
it all what ukemi have. Like there, like I think your Genseki Nages all ended up being Musadoris, but it was the ukemi I was taking. You didn't want me to roll out of it. Oh, jeez. Oh, so that's why. So I slammed you down with the omote, and then is that where those were coming from, or do you even know?
I think with that one, my stepping was a little bit different. I was stepping more of like a 45 degree to the inside versus straight back to the 45.
Yeah.
It took me a second to make that adjustment. Then we,
Yeah, I'm able to kind of get right in front of you and then drop in that pocket.
Yeah, I like falling angle as I'm like taking you there. It was good on that side.
It seemed like you were going right down the center of the mat there.
Yeah, I think that's what we ended up addressing later. Yeah. Seems like I got in a mood and just wanted to be mean for some reason.
Always possible.
It happens when you're fighting. I mean, it's understandable. You gotta be ready for anything.
Sure. We weren't centered very well. I keep pushing you out of frame.
Right. It's kind of like your aggression when you're coming in. Yeah, I guess it makes me think like I need to really move more aggressively to, dodge any sort of attack that's coming in.
Interesting. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons I move that way is to make you try to stay more calm, actually, right? Because instead of matching that fire with fire, trying to like
Douse it.
Yeah. Thanks. I was like, man, I'm getting all goofy with this. Oh, use water technique.
Well,
here we're addressing what was going on now. It looks like.
Yeah, well, increasing the stress, that's one of the things a proper uke is supposed to do, is slowly increase the stress, slowly increase the resistance.
Oh, what do you mean? I didn't have like a headgear on or a baton, and we weren't in the parking lot.
There was
So
an
that was
actual
not
fire.
pressure testing. If you're not doing that, I mean, are you even training?
That's the question.
That's the
There's
question.
no live rounds involved.
Oh, that was pretty.
Oh, like-
that was dangerous for me. I think you end up tapping me
There's so much
right
going on
there.
in the wings.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
You
like
can't
you
stay
said, I
on
was
there.
driving you over.
Yeah.
So, funny enough, I think we end up working mostly on Uragyaku, not really on that Omote.
Yeah, that Uragyaku had a little more issues coming up with it.
I don't think it was issues. I mean, let's see, are we even there yet? Nope, that's definitely Omote. Well, so with the Omote, it's also a timing thing, right? Like, I was talking about this during the training. When I do that Sutemi, I'm moving faster than you. And as a uke, you can always beat the person when you know what they're doing, and you just move faster, right? Yeah, I'm doing pretty mean with those. And you're doing like a classic, right? And I just roll out of it, and I'm like, no, not good enough. Right? I mean, that's all that's really happening there.
Right, tightening up on those like control factors when you're entering into the gyaku.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, starting with home, usually more or less. But you have a tendency to carry stress in your shoulders, and also keep your shoulders forward. I think you would take naturally in boxing. I don't know if you've ever.
I haven't. I mean, I'll go in over there on the bag, but
Sure.
To counteract that critique, I really like how springy Joe is. You can see it well in the videos where he's having to bob up and down, and it's all in his knees, whereas some of the other students will bend over at the waist.
Yeah. Well, if he was really good, he would just be, 2 inches off the floor and moving, flat line. So, man, you really got work to do, guy.
Ankle and knee flexibility is where I'm really trying to work on the most right now.
Oh, really? That's good. That's good.
It seems like he's also trying to keep you in front of him a lot more. There's a lot of trying to keep you and your arm on his center, so you'll see his whole body rotate as he's focused in on you. Whereas opposed to when Joe is taking a ukemi, it seems a lot more like he's bladed and all of his ukemi taking. I don't know if that's actually happening. I just noticed it.
Sounds
with
like
the
good
last couple
habits.
Yeah, I do preempt a lot of ukemi.
So from here, you can just keep him on that center, and your entire body rotates
Right.
to make sure that your core is focused on his arm.
Oh, well, that's the way we're performing this, right? So if you watch, that's one of the things I'm describing to him up in here when we're pulling it up and keeping up. So we're more or less putting a home gyaku on and then isolating the other gyaku from going too much into the shoulder, and that stops the shoulder from then rolling over and allowing them to roll out of it, and it kind of binds it up. And it comes off more as, that TKDS lock, but it definitely binds the lock up into a specific, it keeps it trapped as opposed to trying to being able to wiggle out of it or roll out of it. That's what we're working on right here, because I think on one of these, you isolate it so much it doesn't even go into my shoulder, but I mean, it's still a lot on the wrist.
Right.
Yeah, so we're using Hoshi there, Otogyaku, Kyusho. Yeah, there's a lot of pain just in the Kyusho. There we go. I appreciate you not blasting me with the hits, I'll tell you that
Thank
much.
you for not blasting.
Well, he does them solid enough that I know it's there, but it's one of those things. As soon as if you would just put your body into those, all of a sudden it would be a different thing, right?
That's the best part,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, I noticed you're using a lot of Yoko Aruki too. Must be all that Kotoru we were doing.
It must be.
It's coming through pretty well. Oh, I didn't really watch my footwork, but you can see yours clearly. But that's good, right? I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, certain habits I have that just like have simplified all of my movements. I just bring in every relock now. It's kind of hard to untrain it.
Man, Rob's really mad at that elbow. Bad elbow. Damn.
Well, so that's his. So the big thing that kept happening.
This is my shoulder tightness.
Yeah. So he was rotating on a plane instead of rotating me down.
Corkscrew.
Yeah, instead of like corkscrewing me down.
Like trying to turn through it rather than securing it. And
Yeah. Eventually, I just get worn out from all of it, and we just move on. But it's just like, oh yeah, that's good, yeah. Oh, I didn't tap. I was ready at any second though. Yeah, I think a lot of these I'm just like, yeah, okay.
There was one technique a couple video clips
Here
ago
we
where it
go.
was just tap 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 tap.
Yeah, painful, Oh, here we go. And that was it. So I must have edited out the part where I'm like, yeah, okay, we're good with those guys. And here I'm showing my favorite entrance for, what's this luck called? Musha. We're going with Mushadori. This is more or less the Torite Goho. So Mushadori.
Just don't like you mean it, Joe.
We discussed a few things with this Mushadori. Oh. That's good. Yeah, so what did you think about that entrance? I know it's quite different. Here,
Even looks like a boxer coming in there.
Oh, because he has his face covered, unlike my other students. They're like,
Yeah.
what? What's a cover?
A lot of unpredictability in our training sometimes. You gotta have something like, you told me, make them run the gambit. You gotta come on in.
Yeah, so this entrance, earlier on I did more of a classic Musha when we were warming up. But this trap and takedown, I really like, because you can even go in for that Hosoto and just Zanbu Kami and end up on the ground with him and get that Musha.
And then a lot of times you're just gonna, like, people that's gonna respond to that naturally will just flex their arm as hard as possible. And that's exactly what you want.
Yeah, and even there, the way you're taking me, I mean, you could even be getting that Muso without much difficulty at all. And the shin in the neck, of course. There. So you're still, it's not bad, but you see how you're still opening quite a bit?
That one was very weird. I was looking at that one earlier, and that was just like, all right, there's too much pressure here. You gotta let it out.
Sure. So here you can see when I'm coming in, I'm pretty much trapping it to my body and then taking you down and trying to let you fall into it. And here I think I was showing if you get too close what happens. And that's why we were doing that strike. So here, when you open up like that, now I can't hug you. Like, well, unless I do that shit.
Force the hug. Go find the hug if you want it bad
Sure.
enough.
Well, this is just a counter, but you know, well, the traditional counter is a backflip, right?
Aw.
So this is a play off
I
of
didn't
this.
see this footage yet.
No, you didn't see the post on the Discord
I saw
of
the
caption
post.
this,
No.
and it's like Joe holding me. Yeah, so this is a play off of the classic backflip counter that I can't do.
It's safer.
It's much safer.
I could probably do the backflip. I would never do that, so it's going for that. But like, it's definitely fun to train.
What? You call that Genseki Nage? But that was Genseki Oto. Oh, that was a Genseki Nage though. And that's why I was doing Genseki Tosh. But you can also just Musadori. Yeah. And then this side entering for Genseki. I know how we always like to pretend that we can easily clear that grip and then just do all of our taijutsu with the compliant uke always forever. Not the case though. Oh, I still slipped the grip though. That's good. You probably just gave it to me.
Yeah, that was pretty fluid though.
Oh, here, I told you. Don't let go. Genseki Otoshi. You're shorter than me, so.
Wild Steve appears.
Wild Steve does appear. Steve
Oh,
is
yes,
a
okay.
big boy. At one point, I tease him for his ukemi, and then I hop in to show Joe that he needs to be more careful if the person decides to uke differently. But yeah, this was really good practice for you. I mean, look at that. That's exactly how you need to be entering.
Textbook.
Except your head's looking down.
Hey, you're pointing at things. He's looking where you're pointing. What do you want him not to see?
Head up, eyes. Look what, use your eyes.
Ballet instructors.
Yeah. There, not bad. Yeah, so, what were you working on here?
I was working on so much, man. Honestly, I feel like this
Here
entire
it is.
training session, I'm just working on adjustments, making adjustments, and being able to recognize
Good.
these positions where I can get a technique off and end it strong.
Yeah, that's training. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm working on. So that tracks. Boom. Yep. And that's where Joe's like, okay, done fucking around.
That was when we moved to the next section.
No, that was after I did I did the Sutemi, and you were like, yeah, okay, so that's the game we're fucking playing, huh? Boom.
Why is that not in the video?
What's that, the Tewaza?
Those are tell me.
What? I just did it. Here, Ryan, I'll take it back.
A lot of these techniques, I feel like you could do some like slow-mo edits and then like some circles and arrows and draw where to focus.
There it is.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I could. That takes time.
I
though.
remember that now.
Yeah, all that stuff takes time. I just started doing YouTube Shorts. That was a good class. I mean, that what, after a break for you?
And honestly, I took a nice little
Yeah.
month and a half, like hiatus there.
Yeah, after coming back after a couple months and just hopping in like that.
Literally.
Literally.
Popping and flipping.
He was doing cartwheels. Alright, well that's a pretty good, hopefully I can figure out how to do picture in picture. Are we gonna do a sign out or a,
Like, comment, and subscribe.
oh yeah, I always forget to say that. Follow us on our thing. Oh, let's see. We have an Instagram. There is a Facebook that I should be posting
For more
on.
information about our classes and our dojo, you can look for Gaman Gaisha or Gaman Dojo on most social medias. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and we have a website.
Newsletter. There's a newsletter. So, cool. All right. Good journey.
Good journey.
Audio check.
Microphone check. 1, 2.
I think you have to talk louder than that, Joe.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, Joe's gonna have to be yelling the whole video.
Right. Well,
I know. Usually I have to tone myself down, and Alex has to project, and we have it like right here.